stuff my face with bread, with breasts, with a shoulder of a friend, with a corner of a desk, with communion, with a yes, and I'll tell you.
Welcome back to Pretty Much Experts. I'm Robert John in Toronto, Canada. Skyler kicking us off with the bong rip. He's in Guelph. How you doing, brother?
Matzo. Steaks.
And we got Mikey, third man in the booth, Vancouver, Canada, in the back of the van, Tim Hortons parking lot.
I'm not in the Tim Hortons party. But good, howdy.
Howdy.
How you doing?
Howdy.
Oh, good.
Man, so much fucking drama going on these days. There's a bit of a blizzard going on. Toronto goes into lockdown in T-minus 4 hours.
Did you just say blockdown?
Lockdown.
Yeah, he did. He's a
Is
whiteout.
that something
baby.
different?
No, he's just an idiot.
It will be
Wait,
interesting,
so it's an
though.
official lockdown?
Yeah, official lockdown.
Yeah.
Not allowed to see anyone outside your house. Everything's closed again. Everything. Stores
Isn't
or
it-
curbside pickup, like that's the only thing you can get. Like there's nothing open.
There's no retail shop.
No retail. I think grocery stores are open, but it's back to like
Dude,
the April
oh my
style
God,
of
that is
lining up
act-
outside and they let 10 people in. And it's like, oh, the weather's
Oh my
perfect
god,
for
that's
that
actually
right now.
kind of sweet, man.
Fuck you.
I hope it lasts for you guys for like a month.
Until January. They're saying at least a
Dude,
month.
I'd
no,
take
it is
that
a 28-day
shit. I'd
lockdown.
take that.
Like this is gonna
Yeah,
go
dude,
right in
I'd
through
take
Christmas.
that shit in a
Yeah.
heartbeat here. Oh,
No.
fuck yeah. That's awesome. I mean, it's kind of it kind of sucks for small business.
It
and the
sucks for
fact
someone that has
Amazon
to
is
get
for sure
groceries
gonna
and
be-
it's fucking cold as fuck and have to wait
Oh,
outside.
whatever. You can go get your groceries, you cuck.
Yeah, you're.
You know,
fucking
what are you
ableist,
eating
bud.
anyways? Fucking Oreos and Ruffles, man. Like,
Man,
Yeah.
I don't eat Oreos anymore.
and the odd salmon, fancy boy.
I eat a lot of salmon and tuna.
Remember though, like we discovered that like Shoppers Drug Mart and Rexall were good for
Yeah.
cucking
Canned foods.
that grocery
Yeah.
line, right? Like,
The Shoppers is actually closer than the nearest grocery store. So, like, yeah,
Nice,
I'm
there you
aware.
go.
I'm like, yeah, you know what? I can get a lot of essentials there.
yeah,
Yeah, you can. Only reason to go to a grocery store is to get fresh food.
Yeah, I don't want that.
That's it.
I'm a canned
Yeah,
guy.
of course you don't. Of course you
Yeah,
don't.
no, it's funny actually. Today we went grocery shopping, and I had like a moment where like we were walking in, and it's like, do you remember like in the summertime when it was like I don't really mind the quarantine because like it's nice out, like it's not.
Yeah,
bad,
it's nice.
but
You can still
I,
barbecue
like,
and
how
fucking-
shitty this would be if we had to do it in the winter, and this was in like like May, and it's like
Yeah.
here we are.
Oh, you're
now,
crazy! It's like you're crazy. It's only gonna last a month.
It
yeah,
seemed
but now
like
here
it
we are
was.
like 8 months later, and it was snowing today, and it's just like, oh yeah, I guess we're doing it in the snow, and like
The
you
thing
guys.
is, it's gonna feel less. It's gonna feel less of a burden in the winter, even though it's been so long. One, because you're used to it, and two, because you're mostly inside during the winter, anyways.
You know
Yeah.
what? Like, there is a point, like, yeah, like, winter is already pretty hibernating. Like, you kind of just stay inside. But there is going to be a huge change to, like, I guess, previous winters. It's like, I mostly stay inside. Something has to be sweet for me to go.
But
out.
then you go
But,
and you have a
but then
great
you
time,
go.
right?
But it's like, now it's
Yeah.
like, there is no go. But I mean,
Yeah, yeah, I
obviously,
know.
I'm still
Well, for
going
now.
to leave the house. Like, come on, fuck off. I'm not actually staying home.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
You
like I'm
can't
going
go
to hang
nuts.
out with my friend. Me and like my roommate. It's not the same kind of roommate that Skyler has. It's not an adult male.
Yeah, it's not full
Yeah.
male.
Yeah, there's no
male
full pen
roommate
involved.
situation going on. Yeah.
But we had a like chat this weekend. Like realistically,
Full
what's
male,
it look
one
like?
bed.
Like she has a boyfriend, and it's like, are you just not going to see your boyfriend for like potentially 2 months? And she's like, no. Like obviously, I'm going to like hang out with
That's
him.
psycho.
Yeah,
That's
that is
psycho
fucking
shit,
insane.
yeah.
Like obviously, and so we made
Like,
a
if
rule
you're
like you're allowed to
actively
have
sick,
3 friends
sure,
each.
but
3 friends each.
yeah, yeah,
But like
Yeah.
That's
strictly,
responsible.
like that's it. Only 3.
yeah.
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 Because like even you know what, like you hear them, they always say that there's those like rules where it's like you're not supposed to interact with any other household.
Yeah.
Unless like if you live by yourself, you can pick another home to
Right.
live with,
Yeah.
like to bubble up with per se. That it's like if they can do that, like everybody should be able to do that. Like again, like I'm
Yeah,
not
but
everyone.
again, like you're gonna do it, but like for the politicians and the government bodies and agencies that say you should or shouldn't, and this is what we like, fuck off with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Because people are gonna do it. Just tell us we can't, and we'll find a happy medium. Don't try and fucking define this happy medium. That's when this winter's gonna feel a lot longer because of that.
Oh my
These
God.
are your rules and regulations now forever, and it's like, well, how long is forever? Is forever really forever? You know?
Yeah, good question. How long?
Is 28 days really just 28 days? Like, what the fuck is it, man? Like, stop telling us stop trying to define every little fucking thing for us.
And
Like,
also
that's the hard
like,
part when you're
they haven't
dealing with
really
this.
like I think they know things, but they don't. As far as like how is this actually like transferring to everybody? You know,
Dude,
like
it's too
I mean, if you
widespread
think
for
of
them
like
to
things were fucked
think
in March
about
and April, it's like no one really wore masks. They washed their hands a bit. The stores weren't set up for anything. Like there was no glass. I understood the numbers were fucked.
Yeah.
And then we got to a level of like progressively locking down. Okay, wait, sorry. I opened my window to be polite because I'm gonna smoke this bone, but it's
Yeah,
too
your legs are
cold.
cold.
It's too cold.
You got frostbite in your thighs,
Yeah. Oh
baby.
fuck, my legs are all
It's too cold
frostbitten.
to be fucking polite.
It's too cold to be polite.
Rue, did you see that picture he put in the chat of his
Oh, it's
frostbite?
fucking, my legs are thrashed.
Yeah.
His
I
little
rode my
girly
bike
legs.
home
Oh
today.
my god, yeah. I was
In
like,
the
what am I
blizzard.
Sexy
fucking
little
looking
girly
at?
legs.
Before I send
It
it,
looks
I'm like,
like
I
he
have to
shaves
like
them.
edit this. Like, you're gonna like crop the bulge out. But yeah, I rode my bike home in
Yeah,
a storm today. and
Yeah,
it was
he's like,
I
he's
was
like, I'm gonna send
fucked.
you this pic. I'm gonna send you this pic. He's like, I might crop it. I was like, what are you cropping? He's like, oh, I crop the bulge. Like, yeah, we're family, dude. You don't need to see
Don't show
that,
the bulge.
I
okay?
don't need to see the
I don't need to see
ball.
that, okay?
But anyway, back
you wanna
to,
put
like-
your bulge up on your Instagram stories? That's fine. but
I'm not
fucking
putting the bulge.
Keep it out of our personal chat.
But, like I was
keep that shit
saying-
on socials.
I feel like progressively things have been getting safer. So for the numbers, like in Toronto anyway, where there's 1,500 cases today, it's way higher than it's ever been.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what the fuck is going on? Like,
Well, more
bars
people
are all
being
still
tested.
closed. Everything's
That's
closed here
inflation.
anyway. It's just like outside dining. It's like, are people really getting that fucking sick from outside dining? I have no
People are
idea.
getting it, man. People
Well,
are
like
getting
I
it.
did, like
You know?
one thing
They're just getting it from existing.
one thing that has to like be in consideration, right, is like they are testing way more people now than they were
Yeah,
at the start
part
of
of the
the
inflated
lockdown,
Yeah,
right?
for
So
sure.
like,
True.
but I'm not saying that there isn't like a second wave happening. Like we're
Yeah.
definitely spiking here, but they also like they test 50,000 people a day opposed
That's
to
it.
like
Yeah.
10,000 off the hop, right?
Yeah, I mean,
But-
we were crunching numbers. You were throwing numbers out, and I was crunching them like
Yeah.
fucking calculator style.
Nice.
And I mean, the percentages are like, it's nothing like intimidating. It's fucking a thousandths, like 1,000 thousandths. I'm too stoned to say that word. 1,000ths of a percent of the population is dying from it, and like 1/10,000. No, so I don't even know what the hell it is, but it's like the numbers aren't like they're not striking fear, you know,
Yeah.
I feel like
in me personally, and most people from what I gather.
maybe 8 months ago they did strike fear because I'm a considerate person, and it was like, you know what?
But when
I'm
you
okay
see
with everything.
1,500 a day,
But
but
I
it's
mean-
like 1,500 out of 100,000 is still only a 1%
Yeah.
or whatever, right?
I-
Like,
Yeah,
but it is
1,000.
every day. It's compounding though, so it's every day. So like over the course of
Yeah.
a week, there's like 9,000 people a week. Like it is a lot of people.
yeah, but
but I
we were.
mean-
I said I was crunching, dude. I got
know
the
you crunched.
populations
I know you
going.
had
There's
your
6 million
calculator out.
people in BC. There's this many people getting fucking, and I'm crunching, and it's
Yeah.
like 1,000th.
It's 1,000.
of a percent.
Well, I mean, that's
of
what
the
I'm getting
population.
to, where, like, back in March, April, we didn't know anything, and you just saw the numbers going up like crazy. And I was a big, like, guys, we'll just fucking wear masks. We won't have a social life. I won't, see friends. Like,
Yeah,
all
we'll all
these
suck
things.
that
Like, we're
dick for
not
the
going to,
summer,
like,
right?
when me and Skyler live together, it's like we don't have friends over unless it's, like, a backyard thing.
Yeah.
Except
Yeah.
for, like, maybe 2 or 3 people had, like, indoor privileges. Like, we're very
Yeah.
considerate because it's like we don't know what's going on, like it's scary. But now that it's like a few months shy of a year later, I'm kind of leaning more toward the like, hey, if like 0.001% actually die from this.
Yeah, I'm not scared.
I'm not really. Yeah, I don't want to say like I'm gonna stop wearing masks. Like I'll still wear my mask, obviously.
I only
but this
wear a
lockdown
mask when
shit
someone
is like,
tells
are you
me to
fucked?
put it on. I'm telling you.
Like,
Yeah.
like I don't know. Like
I'm
maybe
not
we just
walking
like
around. I'm not
lean
driving
into it
around
and
with
see
my
what
masks
happens.
on.
Maybe a bunch of people die and then the disease also dies out naturally. Like lean into
For
it.
sure that's going to happen.
Yeah.
For sure that's going to happen. It's going to have to happen. Like that, you know? But we talked about this the last time we recorded. It's like, I'm saying that these things that I want to do, social interactions, going grocery shopping every day, not retail shit. I'm not going to buy fucking televisions
Yeah, no one's
and
going to Best
fucking
Buy.
khakis every week. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I mean, I'm just saying the very basic shit, like and even very basic social interactions. Like, I'm willing to like risk the chance of being exposed to for these things, for some level of normality. And I'm not just walking around with a mask because I don't have it, and I'm not scared to have it because I'm not worried about it. I'm trying not to worry about it. If I'm in line at a bank, which hasn't happened, but like, or if I'm in line at a grocery store and someone's not, and it's, you know, before there was this strict 6 feet shit. Like, when I saw someone in a mask, it's like, okay, that makes sense, and I started doing it as needed. Or if you walk into a place, say, oh, masks are mandatory. Okay, don't even question it. I'm not fucking arguing. I got it in my pocket, put the mask on, do my thing, get out, right? Yeah. And if I want to steal something, I can steal something because you can't see my shit, right?
Yeah.
You can't see my lower half. So it's like I'm just not gonna worry, like,
I'm not
as
worried
much
at all.
as we're
I'm
being told
frustrated.
to, and as much as maybe we need to. I'm just not willing to. Like, the risk is worth it for me, because it's a thousandths of a % that are dying, and I just, again, last week or whenever we recorded last, we talked about it. How much are you doing? You know? Anyways. So what do you care about dying? You know? Go fuck yourself. You're all cucks.
Live anyways.
You're all
good
fucking
air.
cucks.
See, I feel like I live my life like differently, where I don't feel in fear at all of this thing.
Not fear. I just can't. Yeah, it just
Only
can't
because
happen.
like I know that like I follow when I see my like the numbers that come out every day. Like I check the Guelph numbers. And it's like,
you're
there
up
were
on the
7
numbers,
people.
bud. You love numbers. Oh yeah.
Right, 7 people in Guelph yesterday had fucking COVID, or like new case of COVID.
Yeah.
There's currently like 40 active cases in Guelph.
Yeah, peanuts.
Yeah.
And there's like 130,000 people that lived here, right? So it's like you're saying, the thousandth of a fucking percentile.
And all 7 of those people will live.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like 7 people died of COVID. It's like 7 people have it. Like it's like.
Listen, even if one of them dies, it's like, yeah, that shit's gonna happen. You know, just because. You shine a spotlight on anything like this. Granted, this is its own monster, but if you just shine a spotlight and start breaking off, what if they just reported on the flu every year like this? Just the flu. I'm not saying it's the same.
Like,
I'm saying, what if they reported, 400 people in Guelph right now have fucking the flu. You know, and like 10 of them are critical because of the flu. I'm not saying it's the same shit, but what if they reported on it the same?
It's true.
Yeah, there'd be all this fucking hype too.
Yeah, that's true.
But like, I mean, yeah.
Who cares? It's like, are you scared? Like, do you have a reason to be scared? Like, be worried if someone close to you gets it. Be worried if you get it because you don't want to expose other people. Be worried then. Don't just walk around worried all the time.
I think my stance is, like, I'm at this point now on the tail end of November, having lived this year the same way we all had, and I'm leaning toward a little bit more of a like, okay, fuck, I'm over this. Versus, like, there was people in March and April that off the hop were like, fuck this thing's not real, I'm not wearing a mask. Like, those people are for sure assholes. Like, there was no
I didn't wear a mask, but I didn't walk around with that fucking, like, I didn't have that projection, fuck everything. I just
didn't wait for any evidence or any pattern or anything, and just right away were like, nope, fuck that. Like, those people are assholes. But here we are, 9 months later, where we're basically in Toronto anyway right now. We're resetting. Like, we're in April all over again. So for me to think like, oh, we're just going to do 1 month of lockdown and then it's cool. It's like, no. Like, we're going to do a month of lockdown and then it's going to be June again. And like, it's such a small crawl and we completely reset the clock That's like, this is going to be, like, we just started over. Like, this is April for me, starting in 3 hours.
Yeah.
So what about if we tried the others? Because we tried this 8 months ago, and clearly it didn't work. So what if we went the other way, and everyone just doesn't wear masks, and we thin the herd?
It worked. It worked the first time. Like, we definitely
the numbers went down, but there was no finish. Like, we'll go into lockdown now, and the numbers will go down, but then what happens 8 months? People start to get lazy, and then they spike again.
Yeah. Listen, dude. If they like your brother was saying last week, like if they actually do get that vaccine going by February and it's like available to the public by the summer, then why are we still dealing with it? If there's something that's going to curb the chances of getting it and potentially help people, who get it be relieved of it easier, sooner. It's like, then what the fuck? Like, we can't be doing this
every 6
this time
months.
next year if there is a vaccine available.
I feel like
it can't happen.
The distancing measures are going to be in place for like another year.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
at
same
least.
with the masks, the
the
suggested
plastic
mask
in
wearing.
every store is never coming down.
Yeah.
No,
like,
and I mean, that's okay if you want to do that. If that makes you feel comfortable.
There will be like
fine,
times like, remember like when you'd go to grocery stores that were like kind of old and they didn't have the conveyor belt, they just had like the wooden table and you had to slide that shit across.
Yeah.
Like,
use your arms like a
like what was that like shitty fucking store in Georgetown that burned down? The IGA. Like the IGA, like there's no conveyor belt. You had to slide that shit down with your arm.
When you're,
Even though that was like years.
Place.
It's like Loblaws has the treadmill or whatever.
Yeah.
IGA, you still had to slide it with your goddamn arm, and you like had memories of like, oh yeah, back then.
Yeah, because Martha's not reaching for it.
Yeah, like back then you had to slide shit with your fucking arms. Like, we're of the generation now of like, hey, remember back then when not every fucking business was like a money mart where like one customer at a time.
Not
with
everything
fucking
was automated,
glass everywhere.
touch screen.
Yeah, you could
it's
see
like
people's faces.
There used to be a time when you could see people's face.
Yeah, dude. Even just like acknowledging some, like like when you go to a party and it's like, oh, I want to introduce you to so and so, and you give them a high five, you shake their hand. If you're drunk enough, maybe you just hug them right off the bat.
Right.
Oh,
it's
like there's
over.
gonna be so much consideration for that now. Well, even like 10 years from now, right?
Right.
Granted, like shit's gonna come and go. COVID fucking 2.0 is gonna be a thing in 5 years and whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like even in 10 years, even in 20 years, there's gonna be a massive fallout on just like so many what we used to consider social norms.
Oh, totally. Two things quick. Like last night I was watching a movie with Lady Friend, and it was like an older movie from like the 70s or 80s or something. Like, it's not even like it's an old movie. Like anything from 2019 would seem old. Based on like, it was just like a scene of them like on a train talking, and like someone comes down like, take your ticket, sir, and like wanders off. And it was a weird, I asked him, like, do you get, like, anxiety watching these clips now? Because based on my last year, like, that would be fucking insane if anyone came that close to me without a mask on and asked me a question and wanted me to touch shit. Like, I've really changed the way I interact with the world. Like, just seeing a movie, I'm like, whoa, that's fucking weird.
I see it, and I think about that, how, like, response would be different now. But personally, like, I lived the previous 32 years or whatever, not ever thinking about it. So it's not like out of me. Like it still feels normal to interact with people.
Yeah.
And I'm just not afraid. Like there's so many other things to be afraid of that it's like I'm not just gonna be afraid about this too. There's like actual real things that feel more real than COVID to be afraid about.
But I think what my
like
thing is
Nessie
though,
or Nelly
like,
or whoever the
I'm
Scottish
not necessarily
dragon.
afraid of the flu, like you're saying. I'm not necessarily afraid of that. But when I get on the streetcar the other day and had to go to like do grocery shopping, and there's one guy on the streetcar not wearing a mask, walking up and down screaming, it's like, I'm not upset about him not wearing a mask because he's going to give me COVID, but clearly this person isn't in any level of aware of what's going on. So it kind of just highlights people that are like, oh, I shouldn't really let my guard down. Even if it was like a nicer person that's just like not wearing a mask on the streetcar screaming or yelling or on their phone. It's like, it's kind of like a red flag that this person is completely out of touch. Versus before, I
fair
wouldn't have
enough.
really noticed. It's like, yeah, there's some guy in the streetcar screaming.
Listen, if you're
but now
in
everyone
close quarters,
sees it. It's like,
put
oh,
your
fuck.
mask
yeah.
on. Put your mask on.
Put your
You know,
mask
for
on.
your
It's not a
own
big
for your
deal.
own
Put your
health and
mask on
safety.
and scream
If-
at the top of your lungs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. If he had his mask on, it wouldn't be
It
as
wouldn't have
much
been
of a
an issue,
thing,
yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah, I wouldn't even
You know?
No one would even notice. But it's like he's
I
not
just,
wearing a mask
like-
and he's screaming and everyone's watching him, like, hitting the fucking emergency, like, conductor button.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like, I'm
No,
not
that's an
afraid of the
asshole move,
virus
for sure.
in that way. It is just, like, someone not wearing a mask in public is a huge red flag that this person is fucked. Like, what are you doing?
yeah.
How are you
Well, I'm
trying to
not
just run
walking
in
to
and
my
grab
truck. I'm not-
cigarettes without a mask
Are
on?
you
Like, where have
wearing
you
a
been?
mask from your vehicle to the front door of a store? No. And if you are, you're a cuck. I don't care if it's you or him. You're a
Yeah.
fucking cuck. You're taking it out of your pocket and putting it on as you walk in the door. You're not just like actively wearing it to breathe when you're on your own.
No.
Like, what the fuck is, like, you could stick an air freshener in there or something. Vicks Vapor Rub that bitch. Like, if you're gonna wear it all the time, like, make it spicy, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
I will say that today, like, I went out and we got some
Put a bounce
food.
sheet in that motherfucker.
Today we had to fucking, like, went out and got food, and I was wearing my mask outside in the street, like, just because I had my hands full.
Yeah.
And it was like, it's snowing and the wind is blowing, but, like, this mask is actually, like,
It's
kind of
warm.
keeping my face
Oh,
and
yeah, yeah.
nose
Yeah, I don't hate it right
It's
now.
warm.
I
Yeah,
Yeah,
don't
I
like,
hate
this
it.
is,
Yeah.
I can,
Like
this
today
is
when
why
I had
people wear
to,
scarves.
yeah, when I had to ride my bike home and it was fucking freezing and I was soaking wet. It's like I did pull my mask up. It was like a kind of little mouth scarf. Like
Yeah.
I had it on because
Yeah,
I came
you
out
know,
of the
it's not
building.
gonna
Like
be
you
the
have to wear it
worst
in the
at
apartment
times, sure.
building, and I like
Yeah.
got downstairs and like, oh, it's fucking cold, and like instead of just taking
Yeah.
it right off, I just put it back on. I'm like, fuck this. At least my mouth will be cold. I mean, warm on the way
The
The
home.
thing is, what you
Yeah.
guys are living through is significantly different than how we're living out here with it.
Yeah.
Like, just the way you describe things, like, there's a real, I'm just gonna say, like, real anal element to, like, how you guys are discussing wearing the mask and,
Oh, yeah.
like, you know, it's just not like that here.
It-
And granted,
yeah.
we're gonna be the fucking epicenter of this second wave if shit
Well-
keeps up and no one's wearing a mask here. But it's like, it's only like you see people, like, there's all the there's cucks in their cars with masks on.
I
And
mean,
whatever.
that's a
They-
level
if
of
that's what
cuck,
they-
but everyone in
wanna
the
do
streets
that,
here wears
fine.
it. Everyone in the streets
Yeah, no,
wears
not
it.
here. If
Yeah.
you're walking on the sidewalk, like, it might be 1 in 5 people,
No,
or like
everybody.
every
Everyone in
group,
Toronto
like 1
has a
in
mask.
2 or 3 groups might
Yeah.
have it. Yeah,
The
no,
streets
it's,
are
not,
like it's just so busy though. Like even on like it's like
Dude,
COVID and nothing's open.
not
like
like it's not
you're
busy
passing
here.
someone every 3 seconds. So
I mean, like, our retail shops is still open. Like, I was bitching on our chat about,
Yeah.
it's like you guys are talking about this second string lockdown, like, about to happen on Monday.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, really? Because, like, I'm standing outside of a Value Village right now.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm looking in, and not a single person is wearing a mask in a Value Village. And it's like, the people work there wearing a mask, and there might be, again, 1 in 5 of the customers wearing a mask.
yeah,
No gloves, like, and no one even talks about that. Who's wearing gloves
I don't
anymore?
wear gloves. I just
You know?
wash my hands.
That's probably just as exactly. Wash your hands, but
but
that's probably
every,
just as
I don't know what it's like in
problematic.
Vancouver, but every business, store, house like has it on the way in, the way out, like a hand washing
Yeah.
station. So it's like I
It's all,
don't.
well, it just this week it changed from being a suggested thing
Yeah.
to like mandatory in the stores now.
Yeah,
So now
like-
in the stores it's completely
Yeah.
mandatory.
Like I've
There's
never
nothing
washed my
close,
hands so much in my
but-
life. They're so dry from the constant rubbing of antibacterial soap on them.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
the
I just
worst.
don't touch my mouth and eyes. I don't think I wash my hands too much more than I would normally. But like if I go to the store, like I like recognize that I need to wash them before I start making my dinner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Where
You
normally I just
definitely
be like
should do
whatever,
that anyway.
wiping my fucking boogers and who cares, right?
Yeah.
But now I'm just like, yeah.
But yeah, Mike, I was as you were talking, I was looking it up before I spoke out of turn. But
Oh, here we go.
BC definitely has a mandatory mask thing. As
Yeah, it
like
is
3
now.
days ago they announced.
Yep. Yeah, it was like last week all the stores start like any retail environment was like switching from being suggested and proposed. Like all the storefronts had it, like you
Yeah.
know, we strongly recommend kind of signs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we're not gonna tell you, but like we suggest you do, like strongly. You know,
We're just gonna
Like,
glare
they're-
at you if you don't.
They're gonna
Yeah.
glare at you and judge you, and like again, time and if I'm in an environment where there's other people in close quarters, like we can't always be 6 feet, or we're trying our best here. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna wear a fucking mask. I'm not an animal, you know.
I
guys-
know what you mean, but there's also like no situations anymore where I am within 6 feet because it is so like controlled here.
Yeah.
Like they just
Yeah.
don't let you in the store. Like there's no like, oh, it's busy in McDonald's right now. It's like, no, it isn't. There's only 2 people in there because everyone else is outside lined
You know how
up.
much fucking like joy and fun and like merriment and enchantment has been lost in this last
I mean that's
year?
it. It's like I just don't
Dude, like
do a lot.
no
all
one's
those things.
frolicking in the streets. You know
No,
what I
there's
mean?
none of that.
Merriment.
There's no.
Yeah, there's no
marriage.
no people, no cucks holding hands while
Yeah.
they're riding bikes beside each other. You know what I mean? Like that sweet, gross, nasty shit. Like, you know, I love it and I miss it.
Isn't it great though that there isn't that cuck shit?
It's
all
great.
around
It's
all the
great
time?
that it's not happening, but it's super
Yeah.
sad that it can't happen.
Like
you
I
know?
genuinely don't hate this lockdown shit. Like I'm
I don't
such
hate
a,
everything about it.
You're
No,
such
and I
a
think it's
homebody,
fucking
though.
hilarious that
Yeah, I'm
all the
such an indoor
Christmas
cat.
stores are gonna.
Like
Yeah.
I definitely
closed.
miss my friends. I miss being
Yeah.
able to go.
But
and do
you also
things with my
live
buds, right?
in a
But-
city where like you don't have those buds versus like the situation I'm in now. It's like I
Yeah.
got buds on every
Your
fucking
buds are all
corner.
around,
Like
yeah.
there's so many options to see
Yeah.
people that I can't do. Like if you had
Yeah.
like 5 or 6 friends that all lived within a block or 2 of you right now, like that does make it a lot more different that you can't hang out with them.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
But-
yeah, it's definitely extreme case for you in Toronto
In Toronto,
Buds.
yeah, not in Guelph when I was there. It's like,
Single,
yeah, I didn't give a
or
fuck. I had
mostly
one other
single
friend.
or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I don't know. I'm kind of looking forward to it, but I'm also like again too like it's wintertime. Like today is like it was the kick in the dick of just like it's cold and shitty out. Like I don't like going out in the winter.
I know what you mean. It is cool. It's like, yeah, I don't have to go. There's nothing really going on socially that I feel obligated to go. But like in
Yeah.
our situation, like last weekend was supposed to be our grandpa's birthday that we were both looking forward
Yeah.
to seeing, and it got canceled. And now that Toronto's
Yeah,
going into
bummer.
lockdown for the next 30 days, it's like that includes Christmas. Like that's not a thing this year. So there is
No.
I'm with you. Like,
Even
yeah, I
if
don't
the
really do
lockdown
a
is
lot of
lifted
shit
on
in the
the
winter
20th,
anyway.
It's like it's still.
But it is a like, oh, okay, so
Just like-
there was literally, instead of I don't do a lot, it's like, though there's 0 things you're doing this year.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
No, you'll be
it's
able to do
bittersweet.
Christmas, potentially.
It's bittersweet.
I don't know.
It's like
I
what
mean, you
28
can do it if you
days?
want to do it.
If you
dude.
want to
like, if you
do
wanna
it,
do
but
it.
I
Yeah.
mean, even based on
It's
like
not like
last
it's not like
weekend
COVID's
of
gonna
like,
be any less of an issue.
yeah, that's where I'm at.
You
It's like
know,
last
it's like-
weekend there
oh,
wasn't
yeah.
a lockdown, and like having a grandpa birthday party seemed like a really bad idea. So like,
I
what
feel
will
like,
change
though-
in a month? Like literally, it's gonna be worse.
My
Yeah.
thing though is that they totally did it now, like on the
not gonna be
20th, like
better.
announce
Okay.
it so it happens on the 23rd.
Right.
Like that's when it's
Yeah, so
happening,
that it
right?
can be done on
so
the
that
21st.
potentially it's like okay, we can if it's a 28
Yeah, no,
day
they're gonna lift
lockdown,
it.
we're
They're gonna
fucking
loosen
lift
it for
in
Christmas,
time.
but it's all gonna be fabricated bullshit. Like it's not like again, it's not any less of a problem.
Right.
But like, I agree with what you're saying too, RJ. Is that it's like if it doesn't matter if the numbers are high, they're just gonna keep you in the
Yeah.
lockdown anyway.
I mean, even if they
There's
aren't
a chance
keeping
of
us
that.
in the lockdown, okay, say they lift the ban on the
Doesn't change
23rd.
anything. Yeah, it
it's
doesn't
like,
change
what is
anything.
different about the
Yeah.
23rd of December
Nothing.
versus last weekend when we collectively were like, it's not a good idea? It's like
Yeah.
nothing. It's like the numbers are still going to be, they're probably not going to be 1,500 a day like they are right now.
Yeah.
But the
Oh,
idea of
sure.
me having to take like transit to like small town and stay for a few days around like elderly with our relatives that have like pre-existing like lung
elderly.
issues, it's like none
Yeah.
of that's
At
changing.
least 6 elderly at every Christmas
Yeah, it's
party.
like this is still
Yeah.
like not a good idea.
yeah, oh yeah.
No, it's not. No. I
It'll
mean,
be
I would have loved to have caught. Like, it would have been a good time to come home too if this whole COVID thing lifted and it was a little lax and I could fly. I probably would come home for Christmas.
Yeah.
Because we already decided we weren't going to go to the East Coast, until COVID's completely gone.
Yeah, they
so
won't
we can
have
enjoy
us.
ourselves.
Yeah, they won't have
Yeah,
us
they won't
either.
have us exactly. It's 14-day quarantine before you even come.
Yeah.
And it's like, what does that even mean?
Yeah.
How does someone do that?
Yeah.
You know,
You have to
like my
go
mom's
and-
got to do this like weird quarantine shit to go see her mom.
Mm.
You know, like there's like this whole 14-day quarantine. It's like a loose. It's not a quarantine. It's like a loose. Like you can only go to work and to basic essentials.
Mhm.
You have to get tested 14 days before, 7 days before, then right before, kind of thing. And it's like just for a visit. So
Just
it's
for
like
a
this
visit.
constant rotation for her
Yeah.
where it's like she's got to be tested or getting tested and and limiting her like social exposures, like work and this and that, so she doesn't contract it, so she can go see her every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So it's like this constant like
Yeah.
revolving door. How fucked up is that?
See, I don't want to do that. If that's like
No, I
have to
don't
do
want-
that,
but it's
or I'll
her
just like
mom and,
Skype
like,
in on
my
Christmas
nan.
morning. It's like I'll Skype in.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
kinda
but no
hope
one's
I
Skyping
never
my
have
nan.
to-
No one's
like,
Skyping my nan. You know
I'm
what I
kind of
mean?
hoping I never have to do the test. Like, it still looks like the most painful thing in the world.
I don't
Right,
think it's
like-
that bad.
Just getting that thing. Apparently, it's like it
Jammed
goes
up
up
your
your fucking
sinuses.
nose and like touches
Oh.
the back of your throat. It's you know.
Listen, Papa, I'm telling you, I get it. Okay, my sinuses are pretty much dissolved. Like I got nothing up there. It's just pain. Like for like 3 months of the year when the seasons change, I got pain in my face.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Ooh.
if they got to jam something up there, dude, I'm probably gonna hit the ground. You know what I mean? Like,
I got like a little bit of shame the other day. Like someone I know, like we were just like texting, talking,
Yeah.
and she was like, "Oh, I've been tested 5 times this year. How many times have you?" And I was like, 0. And she's like, "Yo, dude, what the fuck? Like that's not cool."
Yeah, but if you don't need to.
But that's what
you
I'm
don't
like.
need to.
Well, like you were
don't have
obviously doing things that
Yeah.
you felt at risk, and then went and got tested, and you were fine.
for sure.
Versus like I haven't done anything that I feel any kind of a symptom, or I haven't done anything where like, oh, that guy that was at this like barbecue has it. Like I've never done so. Like you can't shame me because I've never been in
No.
a situation where I
like-
felt scared.
That person.
Yeah, it's like
is a
taking
cuck.
an STD test when you don't fuck.
Well, yeah,
you
when
know?
you're a fucking
Exactly,
incel, and it's
exactly.
like, oh, you don't get tested every year, and it's like, oh, I should.
week.
It's like I
Yeah.
know
Just
that.
get
Yeah,
one
I
every
haven't
week.
I haven't done sex at a woman in months.
Yeah.
It's-
Or you-
I haven't done lady on her back in like 2
I
months.
haven't experienced a lady
You know?
on her back in months
Yeah.
since the last full moon.
See, like I have that,
Yeah.
I have that fucking
The
that
solstice.
tracker thing, right? And that's what I say. It's like if
Oh,
the
apparently
tracker
that
tells
doesn't
me-
work anymore because
I
Canada
don't
Health
even know
is
what
so
the
far
hell you're
behind.
talking about.
Oh well.
What are you even
whatever.
talking
That's what I
about?
mean. Like I heard of a story recently of someone that does have the cove,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but their tracker still hasn't like told them where they got exposed. And
Oh.
a little deep
Wait, what?
dive is like Canada
on.
Health is just so
Did
far
I
behind.
did I wake up in the future? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
You don't
A
have the tracker?
There's a tracker
The
app.
fuck
that
is a tracker?
apparently
tracker
it's
app.
like you.
You're scaring me. This is the most scariest part of this whole COVID
If you
thing.
get
No.
the COVID and you like,
Yeah.
oh, I test positive, you have to like write in this app where you were every day for the last 10 days. And then it uses like the fucking
Ooh, I don't got
internet
enough
to
storage
tell
space on my
everybody
phone.
that was
I
at
don't
Lo-
have enough storage space on my phone. It won't let me download it.
It will tell you
guaranteed.
like, hey, you were in
Dude,
Loblaws
I'm like
last
deleting
week with this
pictures
guy.
every time I take a picture.
You
I'm
don't
not gonna
have
be able to
to-
get the app.
you don't have
I'm not
to-
gonna get the app. I'm not getting it, okay? I don't have room on my fucking phone. I'm not getting it.
No, listen, you don't have to fucking like write it down where you've been. It's like apparently it's all through the Bluetooth. Like it just. Like,
Oh, it just
Dude,
knows.
I don't know. I don't have space. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it, man. I'm gonna have to get a new phone. If I get COVID, I'm gonna have to go buy a new
Yeah, you
phone.
do.
You get
Jesus
COVID while
Christ!
buying
I
the
don't have
phone.
room.
But I don't know. Like either way, I still have it. I still use it. It's never gone off on
I've
me.
never even seen it.
Never
I've
will.
never seen it. I can't have it. Like I'm gonna have to delete Reddit or something, and like that's half my entertainment these days.
But I just feel like I don't know. It's like I wear my fucking mask and I limit everywhere that I go. Right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I love
Yeah.
just
If you
being
don't-
in and out. Like I don't fuck around. I don't touch anything.
I don't touch anything. Yeah.
If you don't feel like you've been exposed or you're going to be in a situation where you need to be tested, you don't need to just be getting tested, I don't think.
No, I
You know, if
think
you're
getting
worried
tested,
and that like
yeah.
provides some peace of mind, go and get fucking tested.
yeah.
You know?
But it's also
Getting
like
tested is like voting.
it's worse than voting.
Yeah, it just doesn't.
It's literally like you were saying, Skyler, like going
Worse
to
than
go
voting.
to the
Hey, hold on. The
STD
throwback to
clinic.
episode 20, is it worse than bees? Voting versus bees, the fucking episode where we ran out of shit to talk about. Episode 15. Yeah. And here we are, episode 109 or whatever.
You
Still got
still
nothing
nothing to
Still
talk
got
about.
nothing.
Coming back to the bees.
Voting or bees?
But yeah, I don't know. If you want to go get tested, go get tested. But again, it's like if you've been in
If
a
I
scenario
haven't,
where
if I haven't,
yeah,
and I clearly haven't had it all summer, so like, It's like, I didn't, I was actually pretty fucking sick in July and I just never told anyone. It's like,
Yeah.
that's way different than like, I didn't have it.
I was pretty sick in July. I just held in my coughs and nobody knew.
Yeah. I did get a weird kind of sick, but it was like obviously not. But it was obviously not COVID. It was a hangover, and then I kind of tweaked my back, and then I got drunk again, and then I felt sick after that. And speaking of tweaking things, you know, with this whole COVID thing tweaking our world and me tweaking my back, I also just tweaked my fucking neck.
Yeah,
You know,
you
and
fell
I've been
down
having a
some
rough
fucking
go.
leaves or something.
Like last week. Like last week at like midnight.
You're sucking too
I
much
was
dick.
I mean, I wish I was having that much fun with it. Like, you know, I could justify it. If I was having fun and tweak my neck, if it had to be, if it was a dick party going on, you know, like
Yeah, I'll throw my neck out for dick
I'll
party.
throw my neck up for
Get
a
a
dick
good
party
lick
right
both
now.
sides.
Okay, I'll
Yeah.
take what I can get.
Yeah.
No, but I was just like, it's fall here. It's not full-blown winter yet, and everything's slick and full of leaves, and I was like carrying shit from my truck. It was like some groceries and my sweater and like a box of shit, and I had like the armful of shit, and I stepped on like the roots of a tree and just whoom, just went down, twisted, banged my head on the ground, and just immediately it was like, this is gonna be the worst week of my life. Like, good thing I quit my job a month ago. You know, I just broke my neck.
I gotta go
I
get,
can
another,
really
I gotta get
justify
more beer.
quitting my
Continue
job a
on.
month ago.
Oh, fuck, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I don't know if you saw any of it because you don't read our chat, it seems.
I fucking
mostly.
read our chat. It's guys,
Do
you guys
you?
just
Okay.
fucking chat like
We
little
just-
girls.
Well, we do. We get giddy. You know, we get.
Oh my god, so gay and giddy all the time.
Yeah. Well, most of the time we're making fun of you, but.
Oh, I know.
And
That's
it's
why I stopped
hilarious.
reading it.
But it's all in good fun. Like no, that.
No, I know you hurt your neck. I saw that, all that
Oh,
nonsense.
I bunged it. It's been about a week, and like I can move it now, but it's not happy. You know.
No.
There
Oh,
was
neck
a pretty much
injuries are the
5
worst.
days.
I hate them.
When I actually hurt when I was working for the railroad and I fucked my back up, I had to go to the chiropractor, and he was doing like he worked on me for like a month. Like I seen him like every other day for like a month.
Yeah, you
It
do.
was nuts, and like government paid for it, so I was like, fuck it, whatever, right? Like, you know, you're gonna pay for me to get my back checked and my neck cracked and stuff. And he was working on my neck, like, and he's like, there's just scar tissue in there that like I couldn't explain. He's like, what kind of damage have you had to your neck? It's like just regular shit, you know, like
Just
I got
regular
bonked on the head. This happened. I got punched. You know, I got knocked out, and then I hit my head. Then and he's like, yeah, he's like nothing crazy. Like there was a lot of stuff, a lot of little things,
That
right?
time the cop
Yeah.
stepped
But
on
he's-
your head and tased you in the back of the neck.
Yeah, that happened. My neck's fucked. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say it's not fucked, but it's not like I got in a car accident or like an elephant stepped on me or something, right? Like,
Right.
you know, on my European adventure. Like,
Because of all
Like,
the
it just-
elephants in fucking Europe.
whatever. You know, I didn't get donkey kicked when I was visiting Mexico. You know?
Yeah. You've never been to Mexico.
Well, I'm just saying.
Never
Okay?
been donkey kicked.
No. Donkey punch, though.
See, I
Donkey
think,
punch.
like, I've always been told that, like, you're not gay unless you look back when you're getting fucked in the ass.
Yeah, that's the Italian way. They call it
Right.
the Italian way.
So
Yeah.
if that, I feel like your sore neck is just because you have your neck wrenched, like,
I've
wrenched
finally
all the way
accepted it. I've
around.
finally accepted
Yeah,
it.
like, it's just,
And I'm
like, you're just so
Dude,
gay.
I don't have that much mobility right now, but I mean, it does explain.
Yeah.
It's a, there's. Listen, if you didn't know me, you could say that. Sure, you know,
Just looking
you know, it
back.
would explain some things. Yeah, it's been rough. It's been rough. Like fuck COVID, man. Like you know, the neck's the worst of it.
I wonder how many
I was gonna
Goddamn
say,
neck.
like,
cases
the
a day
one-
of
like-
sore neck there are.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This is the real silent
Let's
killer.
get that number up on the screen.
I'm fucking more terrified of Alzheimer's myself.
What?
Oh,
Silas
dude, I
disease.
have it. Like I for sure have the onset. You
Yeah,
know?
like
yeah.
fucking roommate was like
Not to
giving
be
me the
super
onset
jokey about
diagnosis
it.
the other night.
Based
We were
on
just,
what?
Yeah, it's real.
Just on like my poor diet and how.
You get Alzheimer's from eating McDonald's and craft dinner?
Yeah.
For sure you do. It's number one cause, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I was reading
Yeah.
this they
If
found,
there's anything that's gonna guarantee it, it's those two things.
I
Yeah.
was reading about there's conclusive evidence that the microbes in your gut are responsible for
Everything
something
else
that
in your body.
happens in the brain.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's called a
Oh,
gut
yeah.
feeling.
Not surprised.
The gut feeling.
I do a lot of
called
my
a gut
best
feeling, you
thinking in the gut.
Right?
Yeah, that's where you get the Alzheimer's from. But so she was saying how my
That's
diet
funny.
is fucking terrible because you're supposed to eat the Mediterranean diet. That's a good one to
Yeah.
to fight Alzheimer's.
Sure.
And then it was okay, well let's look it up, and it was it's filth. Absolutely, I'm not eating that at all. I'd rather forget about life.
No baby tomatoes in your future.
No, and fish.
Oh man, that's right.
and-
You don't like tomatoes, right?
No
Or
way.
any
He
of the other
likes
good
McDonald's
stuff.
and Kraft Dinner.
Yeah, Kraft Dinner, McDonald's.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do vegetables and fruit, dude. If you get 50% of the food you eat, this is my rule. No matter how
Yeah.
fat I get, this is my rule.
Mm.
50% of the food I eat in a day have to be vegetables or fruit. And I'm not always eating good vegetables. French fries do count. If I'm
It's a
stretching it
vegetable.
for a day, if I
Yeah.
don't have
Yeah.
a chance to eat something, it still counts, right? So
Okay.
it's that's the rule I live by.
Yeah. I'd live by
Pizza,
that.
pizza's good. Pizza counts. It's 50% vegetable. If you do it that way, right? Just start doing it that way, you know? You just gotta be 50% on everything you eat and you're
Yeah.
good. I'm telling
Yeah.
you.
But then the other thing, then this was interesting, roommate was saying, this is all paraphrasing, I'm an idiot trying to explain how the brain works.
Sure.
But apparently, when you go to sleep at night and you get into your dream state,
Yeah.
during the dream state, your brain cleans itself of plaques that build up throughout the day. Right? It's just what your brain does. It's resetting basically for the next day. But this only
Yeah,
happens
shakes it out. Just
it
like
only
a dog.
happens
wet
when
dog.
you dream and when you go through a full cycle of sleep.
Yeah.
But then went on to explain to me that because I do so many drugs and alcohol,
Yeah.
I
You never get
probably when you're drunk and you pass out, you're not sleeping.
Oh, it's not
you're
the same
just
thing.
fucking.
I think there's, you know what? There's some science to that. Whenever you hear
It's
someone's
true, yeah.
they drank their whole life, it's oh yeah, they did. Look at them.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Clearly,
It's
yeah.
totally
No one's
yeah,
surprised
apparently-
to be really? Rob Lowe is an alcoholic? It's no. That's
Yeah,
never
Rob
been
Lowe.
said. Mickey
But
Rourke,
so
yeah.
just even when you smoke pot,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah,
I've
well.
always said that when I smoke dope, I don't ever dream,
Yeah.
and when I don't smoke dope and dream, I have lucid dreams where I know
Yeah.
what I'm doing kind of thing. It's really cool.
It's more like that for me these days too, yeah.
But yeah, apparently, so it's I haven't had a good fucking cranial scrub
Yeah.
since
Yeah.
fucking grade 10. That's good to know.
So basically, would you say that if you are dreaming, since you're pretty much an expert, if you are dreaming,
yeah,
that's you're deep enough sleep that you're also getting your annual scrub or whatever, quarterly
Well, I
scrub.
don't. Now the other thing though is there's different.
Is that the
types
same
of,
thing?
Different types of dreaming where
No, okay, no, too deep.
too deep.
Yeah, no, there's only one type of dream
No,
that's
but it's
sexual.
so you can hallucinate, right? When you first
Yeah.
go to sleep and you
Yeah.
instantly fall asleep and you have a dream. Then when you if your
You get
alarm
startled,
goes off.
the first
yeah.
5 minutes of your...
Yeah, or your alarm goes
Yeah.
off, you hit the snooze, and you fall back to sleep, and you go into a dream.
Oh, yeah.
You're not
Yeah,
actually dreaming; you're hallucinating. And
Yeah, that's the
then
best dream of
when
the
you-
day, though. That
For sure.
5
it is,
minutes
yeah.
of that was a 4-hour dream.
Yeah,
Those are the sexiest ones.
those are
You know
the
what I mean?
and you wake up
Those are
fully
the sexiest ones by
yeah.
far.
Yeah.
come all over your tummy kind of thing. They are the best.
Well,
ones.
because if you're not actually dreaming and you're hallucinating, that hallucination has to be based in reality.
yeah.
So
Oh,
it's
yeah, you're probably
so it's a
more-
part of your reality that you're imagining, those dreams. It has to.
Yeah.
It has to.
It doesn't
The
come
fan-
from nowhere if it's a
yeah.
hallucination.
You can hear the fan in the corner, and that's the rhythm of you fucking in the dream kind of thing, just booch, booch, booch.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah. 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 Or someone's up early and the washing machine's going
Oh,
or
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
That thud.
Yeah.
That thump, 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 thump. Yeah.
But so that doesn't count as the good.
No.
dream.
No.
The good
I can
dreaming
see that
comes
not
later.
counting. But if you are actually like in the middle of the night just dreaming away, you know, and you never remember, like those ones that you don't remember kind of thing.
Yeah, those ones.
That's the sleep you want for the scrub. Is that what you're saying?
That's the scrub dream. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. No, you don't. I don't dream when I'm like go to bed stoned as an adult. As a teenager, I totally did.
Yeah.
I could be stoned all day and still have like wicked dreams, you know. But as an adult, yeah, if you're stoned or drunk, there's not a lot of dreaming that goes on.
I feel like I have dreams. I just don't remember them.
Yeah, I never.
But
remember.
I wouldn't
And,
say I don't
know
dream.
That
I can't say
about them is one of the cuckiest things.
Oh, I hate when people ask. Yeah.
We also know that. Yeah.
I've broken up with
Show me
several people in
pictures
my
of-
life for that.
Show me pictures of fireworks on your phone. next
Exactly.
to
It's
you.
the same. It's yeah. There's inexcusable like, oh, we just can't date
That's
anymore.
probably that has to be some of it. Like the reason you don't remember is because you're like, there's no reason to remember.
It's-
You're
it's-
not supposed to.
like, I'm not telling anybody.
Has nothing to do with anything. It's completely random.
I would say though, like there is like one every couple months. I'd even say a couple a year. Less than a handful though a year, where it's like, oh, I have to tell someone about this.
Wow, what a cuck.
You know,
Wow, what a
one
cuck,
just
man.
came up recently. The whole bacon pussy thing that I was talking about. You know,
Here
like
it
it,
comes.
like that. Maybe 6 more months from now, I'll have another freaky dream that was like, you know, half
Or-
sexual.
Return of bacon pussy.
Yeah. But like, there's every once in a while, I'll have a dream, and it's like, oh, I absolutely have to tell someone about this stupid shit. You know.
Yeah, how's that going for you?
Well, I don't know. I've made a
Do
career
people-
off it. Look at us. 110 episodes in.
Talking about dreams.
Talking about
Lucid.
bullshit.
Yeah.
Might as well
Talking-
be dreams.
Filling
Talk
the
about
radio
secondhand
silence with
bullshit.
stories of our dreams.
Yeah, and then just nothing. Like, we barely have a viewership. If we started talking about dreams, like, kiss that shit goodbye.
I think people tune into the dreams.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, well, we don't want them.
We don't want them. Good point.
Also, I don't want them, is what I'm saying. I don't want them. Yeah.
Next episode, we'll fucking everybody go out and write down whatever dream you have, and then bring it back to the show, and we'll talk.
We'll
about
talk about it on the air. That's a good show.
Yeah.
Nope. Nope. The next week, we're doing Dragon's Den, a.k.a. Faggin's Den.
We're not calling it that.
I'm calling it trademark Faggin's Den.
I think with that, then we should put a bow on this one. Let's thank Bike Thieves for the intro and.
Wait. Did we have viewer questions from, like, the last time we recorded?
We did a while ago, I think, but I can dig them up.
Yeah, have a look. We're only 45 minutes in. Well, you got a piss
I
or
mean-
something, you cuck?
No, that seemed like a good ending when you start talking about what we're doing next week.
Well, that's true. It's just a little fucking heads
It just
up.
seemed like, oh, okay, we should
Well,
move
if you
on
had
to
questions,
next.
I cut you off last time because I had to pee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta sign into
So
my
I figure
phone.
we might as well pull those up. You know? Start chipping away.
We get
at
a lot
the
of
4
stupid joke
we have.
questions that aren't actual questions, though. I think that's what the issue was. It's like none of these are actually questions.
Oh, is it fucking Denzel in Washington again?
Okay, I mean, I'm just grabbing this right off the hop. I didn't pre anything, and you can tell, yeah, whatever. Borat 2 had just come out, guys, which is another movie that way too many people quote.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like, I feel like Old School is like a dead giveaway that this person's a douchebag. Like, have you seen an Old School
Yeah, it
when,
used to
like,
be cool
it's like,
when
oh
Old
my
School
God.
came out.
Yeah, it's like, oh god, here we go.
There was a month
I
there where
like
it,
it, but
was
how
really
often do you
cool.
like quote it? Like,
Oh, never.
Crack
now.
the
You're my boy
tank.
Blue. If you're my boy Blue, gets you an immediate delete, walk
Yeah.
away. I'd
Yeah,
even spit
right.
on you, even in this
Yeah.
COVID time.
perfect
See, I feel
example.
like
You're my boy Blue is
I-
all of a sudden end a conversation.
That's it. We're done. What are you
people-
playing, a cover band or something? Jesus Christ.
No, when people ask me things like, do you like Guns N' Roses? I'll hit them with the, like, absolutely not.
Yeah, totally. Get all pepped up.
Yeah.
That's a fucking old school
Oh my
thing, right?
God, no. You know?
No, just the absolutely not. Like, hit them with the, like, gets their hopes up. Just
Yeah, gets their hopes
absolutely
up.
not. But thanks for asking.
Well, I'm getting lower and lower here. I'm stoned.
I would say, like, Titanic. People fucking
Who
love doing-
who fucking quotes that?
I don't
Dude,
know.
I have zero idea what a Titanic quote would be.
You're
You're my boy Jack.
Iceberg right ahead.
Oh, paint me like you're French girls or whatever.
I feel like there's always
That's
anytime you're on a boat, someone always goes to the bow and does the like, "I'm king of the wind."
Oh yeah, the physical quote.
Physical, yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
still like on the side of like of all the quotable movies that you could go to, you brought up fucking Titanic. Like
I'm sick of
Yeah.
it.
literally,
There were,
you want this ticket? Like, oh no, iceberg. Like, what else do they say in that movie?
yeah.
Iceberg, right?
Iceberg. Is it sinking?
Yeah.
It can't sink.
This shit can't sink.
Oh, that must be Titanic. Yeah. Oh, there he goes again. Yeah, you'd be a hoot at a party, eh? Quoting Titanic.
Let's go fuck in the car, bro.
If that would be a good character for a sketch show, and I'm sure it's been done in some facet, but like a guy who goes to a party and just like is like
Quotes
super
that.
peppy about Titanic quotes, and that's his like small talk with everybody. You know what that's from? The 1992 classic Titanic, or whatever it is, right?
Fuck.
99.
I mean,
98. I think it was 98.
we
yeah.
have a friend. I don't know if we should name names. I'll just say first name. You guys will know the friend. But Mark, one of my favorite memories with Mark of all time.
Yeah.
We were like at a bar, and he's like, "I'm gonna start hitting on this girl like that we're sitting beside." And it's like, "Go for it, dude." And he's like, "What are you doing later?" And she's like, "Excuse me." He's like, "Do you want to go to my place and watch Saving Private Ryan?"
Oh, so
And then he
romantic.
just went on to quote over and over again
Saving
about
Private Ryan.
So I mean, like, that guy exists.
Yeah.
His
Yeah, he
Titanic
exists,
is
yeah.
Saving Private Ryan, and that was
You
you,
know
want
what's
to come
another
over
one?
later? We can watch Saving Private Ryan. And she's like, "Excuse me,"
Dude.
and then just like one after the other, Tom Hanks quote.
Yeah. Maybe Road to
Fucking-
Perdition.
It's a good movie.
James Bond, man. James Bond's been used in that context by some other cucks. For sure.
Yeah,
All those James Bond quotes that
literally
You know.
the other day.
losers have.
What James Bond quote?
All of
The
them.
shake
This is
it,
it.
not stirred, the British
That's
accent.
the quote.
You know,
I was
all
at
of them.
Home Hardware the
Bond.
other day. I had to buy like a
James
buck.
Bond, exactly.
I'm at Home Hardware buying some paint, and as I'm
Oh,
leaving,
no.
the guy gives me the fucking like cuck little stir stick. I was like,
Oh,
"Oh
and he
no, it's
bonded
cool."
you?
Like I'm thinking COVID. I don't want your fucking stupid stick. He's like, "No, man, paint needs to be stirred, not shaken." And it's just like,
What
shut
a
the fuck up, you cuck.
Keep put it back on the shelf.
Put it,
I'm not buying
keep
it.
that fucking stir stick, you piece of shit.
Stick this up your ass. Dude, that's a good time to get hyper aggressive because it doesn't call for it. Like, what the fuck did you say to
Oh,
me?
I just
You know,
I
you gotta
looked at him
think.
like he was the smallest thing in the world. Like, excuse me.
Yeah, you gotta look at him from the toes to the nose, back to the toes again. You give him the up and down, you know.
Sit down.
The fuck did you say? Yeah.
Toes to nose. Just
Yeah,
look him
toes
up
and
and
nose
down.
to- yeah.
The fuck did you just say?
It's a great time for it. He'll never say that to anyone
He-
ever
he
again. Not
absolutely-
even little old ladies, I guarantee.
The way that it came out so quickly and the way the voice rose at the end, you could tell he literally said that to every customer over the last 6 years. And I'm the first one to
Do
look
you
at him
come
like,
Yeah, totally.
excuse me.
Yeah.
Totally.
The
I
fuck
hope
did
that
you
broke
just
all of
say?
his confidence. I hope all of his life's
yeah.
confidence was riding on that one saying at work that everyone responded neutrally to, and that you totally broke his confidence, and now he can't ever get a boner again. Like, he doesn't, you know,
Yeah.
can't leave his home. Like,
No,
I
he's
hope
just
that
given up
destroyed
on
that
life.
guy.
He would
Yeah,
go to
fuck
like the
that
local
guy. Fuck
fucking
that guy.
emergency room and just walks through the emergency room with his mask off. He's
Yeah,
just done.
licking things,
Licking.
just
Yeah.
tongue out.
Hands on
Yeah,
everything.
fuck that guy.
Taking big deep breaths. Just.
It's just like, it makes you wonder, you know, there's all these wasted fucking people roaming around doing medial shit, like, you know, basically serving the population. It's like, yeah, well, who cares about COVID? Let them get it,
Yeah.
you know? Fuck them all. Who cares?
Yeah.
You know, what are you doing? You know, you just, you know, your one thing you do every year is go to Comic-Con or no knocks on Comic-Con. I'm just saying there's like the one thing you do and the rest of the time you just work at Walmart. It's like, go fuck yourself, man. You know? Thank you for the, you know, plastic flowers and paper towel. You're great. But it's like, who fucking cares? Get COVID.
Get it.
Get it.
I was gonna say too, I'm over like the Harry Potter shit.
I was never under it.
And like, I'm not even saying like nobody walks around being like, oh, I live in a
Oh
mogul.
man, I almost spit there. You were under it, RJ. You cuck. You watched it for like 4 weeks in a row.
I did watch like 3 of them, and they were trash. And then I was no longer allowed to watch them because apparently I just talked shit the entire time, and it ruined it for her.
Watching fucking Harry Potter lady on her back style.
Yeah.
Oh, Harry.
Yeah. Sorry. Yes. Sorry, I had to cut you off there. You were never under it.
But yeah, I don't like Harry Potter's definitely the worst. But I don't think I've ever heard anyone quote it, or if they have, I just don't know that's a quote from that movie.
My thing is, it's like they don't quote it, right? I don't think it's a quotable movie. There's nothing like I have to get to the moratorium.
Yeah.
You know, like nobody says that shit.
Yeah.
No, but it's. I think it's just the culture in general when like you'll see people like put Christmas decorations out and they're fucking like Harry Potter-esque. It's like you need to burn that.
Yeah, that house.
Oh,
it's
like
fucking
the
witchcraft
ones,
and Jesus Christ.
Well, it's the same kind of thing where like when Santa Claus has got a Toronto Maple Leafs jersey on and shit. You know?
Yeah.
It's like,
You gotta burn
fucking
that,
kill
man.
yourself. I mean, my mom's got that decoration on her tree for sure. She's got like a Christmas tree that has a Toronto Maple Leafs jersey on it, but just like fuck yourself, you know? Fuck yourself, mom. Yeah, you cuck.
Cuck mom.
Cuck mom.
5 minutes, shut the fuck up, mom.
I mean, in some ways, my mom might be a cuck. The way ruin my dad go at it. I don't know the relationship dynamic. What you do with my dad and my mom in your own time is your business.
Do you think your mom watches your dad fuck other women? Is that what you're saying?
No, you are involved in this. Remember?
Yeah, you're right.
That's what I'm saying. It's like my mom might be a cuck in this situation. I don't want to know. I mean, I have an idea. Like, you know, like I kind of know my mom pretty well. So it's like I have an idea. Yeah, she's a cuck. Cuck mom.
She definitely, like, she doesn't, like, sit in a chair or anything. She just, like, leans on the door frame.
Yeah, that's boss. That's some boss shit right there, you know?
Just having a smoke.
Well, my dad fucks you in the ass. Yeah, it's some boss shit. Yeah.
And you look back.
Yeah.
And you look back.
Get my neck all sore.
Well, I mean...
My neck.
I mean, my neck is wrecked, man. I couldn't even if I had to. Yeah. All right, well, that was fun.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess we can end it.
I mean, we can pick that up again later.
Feels
that actually was a
natural.
good question. What movies fucking suck that everyone else likes?
I think that was the question.
I don't even remember that.
We came back with Titanic as a movie that gets quoted too much.
What movie sucks that everyone likes?
Is that next week's episode? Just saying what movies suck.
Twist my arm.
List.
You know?
Oh, that movie sucks. Thelma and Louise also sucks.
Historically inaccurate.
Yeah. True. Tootsie sucks.
Why do you keep going toward these transgender movies?
That was the first one. Schindler's List is a transgender. There definitely weren't any transgenders in Schindler's List.
Oh, we gotta go. Let's go.
I think
Get out of here quick. Let's leave.
He thought I said
Turn it
like
off.
The Devil Wears Prada or something.
You said Mrs. Deathfire.
Say Mrs. Deathfire. Nobody said anything about fucking old Gertrude Deadfire.
Oh my god. Okay, thank you, Bike Thieves. New album out on Stomp
Yes,
Records
thank you.
called Leaking. You guys are the best. You can get this podcast everywhere and tell people about it. It's funny. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Schindler's List.
Thanks everybody for tuning in this week. We are Pretty Much Experts. You can check us out on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and YouTube. While you're at it, go have a look at our Facebook page. You can ask an expert any time of day or night, whatever you like. And if you're into it, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. We want to hear from you, baby. Thanks again, everybody. Tune in next week. We are Pretty Much Experts, and we love you, I guess.